To get huge different results in your life, you must know these two things that I'm about to share in this video to shift your identity for good. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new around here, my name is Christina and I help empower people on their spiritual and healing journey so they can have a more fulfilling and purposeful driven life. Let's dive in. So recently I've just had these kind of huge epiphanies. It's going to seem obvious when I talk about it, but these huge epiphanies dive into the topic of identity shifting and belief work. So we've all been there. We try to aim for that better version of ourselves. We try to chase that most optimal version of ourselves. But what happens? We stumble along the road. We think we can't be that version. We try to go for that relationship. We try to kind of become more abundant. We have all these ideas about our most optimal version of ourselves, our best lives, our best selves. But sometimes it just doesn't happen. And we're thinking, what on earth am I doing wrong? And so to get the true results, here's what you have to do or know to get those real results. So everything in our current life is always a reflection of how we are feeling on the inside. And when I'm talking about how we are feeling on the inside, I'm talking about our nervous system, I'm talking about the subconscious or unconscious mind, and our beliefs about ourselves. So our beliefs about ourselves get formed in very early childhood. And so this means we end up storing these beliefs about ourselves, yes, about the world, about relationships. And so this means we carry these beliefs into adulthood. And so when what we believe to be true about ourselves will always be reflected back to us in our environment, in our lives. So this means if we feel we are not good enough, I can't possibly do it, like men are assholes, women are bitches, all of these stories and beliefs we believe to be true about the world and ourselves, we'll always have that self-fulfilling prophecy, that self-confirmation bias, as it's called, that that is true. That is because we have internalized and hardwired ourselves to form this belief. So to have your best life, so then you don't feel blocked, you can be this best version of yourself and get the real results, we have to do two things. So the first one is getting clear on what your current beliefs are. So this means figuring out your beliefs that may have formed in childhood. And one way I've shared with clients and people that do my courses is that think of a time that you tried to step outside of your comfort zone. And what was the response? What was it? Fear? Did it feel expansive? What's the story you usually play out when you try to go for that job, go for that new relationship, ask that person out? What's the story you usually tell yourself? And sit with that and get clear on those current beliefs you have, because we have to get rid of those in order to become this new version of self, embody this new identity. So we really have to get clear on those, our beliefs, so we can remove that obstacle. So the second thing that you really need to get clear on and you must do is identify what core beliefs this new version of yourself must have. Because there's no use in trying to get more wealthy, say that version of yourself, that new identity is wealthy, that is in a long-term relationship, you're married, you're traveling. There's no use trying to believe this when you're still holding all of those other negative beliefs. So we first have to identify what is actually blocking us, but then also identify what we want to wire in as the new. There's always multiple timelines opening up, and the timeline you're on now is the timeline that is what you currently believe to be true about yourself, and these are always limited in nature. And so we have to get clear on what this version of yourself believes. Is it they believe they are abundant, that money comes to them effortlessly and easily? And this is not just surface level affirmations, because we can say all the affirmations as much as we want, but it's superficial, and we often find that we can say I am abundant, but then the next minute we get a bill and we're back to that old belief and reacting from anger and saying the world's out to get me, money is evil. Okay, so what are these core beliefs that new version of yourself will hold? Do they believe that they are worthy, that they are good enough? So this is about getting really clear on the core identity, the core beliefs, the values that you want that version of yourself to embody. So if you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because it's my mission to share my message to as many people as possible and to help people on their spiritual and healing just like you. If you want to continue this further about identity shifting, check out this video next, where I share a 3-step process to changing your identity for good. So with that being said, I'll see you in that video. Much love.